Hey guys, it's your girl here. Saw the trailer for Thor Love and Thunder. This is the second trailer. And I'm still worried. I am worried it is going to turn out like Doctor Strange too. So obviously, we already knew he's been with the Guardians for a while. He's been with the Guardians for a while. All right. Of course, he's going to adopt, the music and the style and things like that. Then all of a sudden, Jane Foster. Now she's Thor. In the comic books, it is known that she is Thor. In the comic books, it was more like she was dying of cancer, and Thor died, and she became Thor. In this movie, there's not two Thors. There's Thor, and there's Jane Foster Thor. Well, apparently now we're going to see more of this because I'm kind of having a bit of a hard time understanding this because the hammer, Mura, I don't know how to pronounce the hammer's name. Whoever is deemed worthy to hold the hammer, to lift the hammer, shall have the power of Thor. Now the thing of it is, the only way I can think of for Jane to have that hammer is that she managed to pick up a piece of the hammer, and the only reason why I think that is because Hela, the eldest daughter of Thor, broke his hammer, one of the pieces. So she must have gotten a piece. But then again, wouldn't that, in the events of Endgame, Avengers Endgame, wouldn't that have changed? Because, Thor ended up getting the hammer back, and we all saw that big epic scene where freaking Captain America picked up the hammer. So my question is, wouldn't everything they went through in Endgame overwrite everything else? Because if I'm remembering correctly, Stark did an algorithm to where if they did go back in time, it wouldn't alternate the timeline so much to a point where everything that they once knew was no longer there. So how the heck did she do? It's either that it's like Hela. It had to be Hela. She must have gotten a piece of the hammer and became Thor. And it turns out it's been 8 years after they broke up. 8 years, damn. She's doing better than him. Then you have Gore. Gorr, the God Killer or the God Slayer. And his quest is to kill he says all gods are to die. Played by Christian Bale. Now I'll admit, Thor isn't my favorite hero. I know he's based off the real Norse god Thor. I just never picked up a comic book of him. I knew of him, but I never picked up a comic book. And the only reason why I saw the movie was because he was going to be an Avenger. So, of course, you want to meet all the Avengers. Majority of the Avengers you already seen. You wanted to see how he plays about. And, of course, all the movies were leading up towards the Avengers. So, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen the comic books, and I'm not really impressed with Gore's design. I mean, Christian Bale is an awesome actor. I mean, he played the hell out of Batman. He played the hell out of him. He played the shit out of him. I don't know. I guess I'm one of those people who I really need to lower my standards. But I'm a movie fan. If you're gonna make a comic book character into a movie, you're gonna have high expectations. Especially when it's heroes you don't even know. You only know a big part. You don't even know the whole story. Like I said, I never picked up a Thor comic book. The only comic books I ever picked up in my life, Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, Sonic the Hedgehog. Even though he's not a Marvel hero, I did pick up a couple comic books of Sonic the Hedgehog. Fantastic Four, not a big fan of them, but I knew them because I saw the comics and, would often watch the animated series. Yeah, those are the only comic books I've ever picked up. Superman I knew because of the cartoon. Knew he had comic books, but I never picked up his comic books. I was never a comic book girl. I was always a TV girl. I was a TV child. Raised by TV. That is so sad. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm worried about this film. I'm worried about this film because I understand what they're trying to. It's Phase 4. It's Phase 4. I don't know. Just the only reason it's like I didn't watch the third Thor. I didn't watch the third Thor because I just lost interest. I understand why. I thought it was unnecessary. I understand why they did it because they felt it was necessary because it would finally bring Thanos in, and then okay, we want to bring the Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, cool. But they couldn't just, we're gonna go fight with you guys and things like that. No, there's a reason. We knew that Gamora and Nebula were daughters of Thanos. But even if they said, let's go after them, okay, what for? He's not doing anything. You guys wanted to escape from him. Why would you go after him? So, if you bring Thor, because, at the end, Thanos comes to play, which brings on the events of Infinity Wars. He kills Loki, and they get a distress call from Asgard, the Guardians do, and that's when they meet Thor. And then, all right, we're going to bring Doctor Strange in. How are we going to bring him in? We know he has the time stone, but of course, he's not stupid enough to go after Thanos. He didn't even know about Thanos until Hulk Banner was teleported. I was about to say banished. Was teleported to Doctor Strange, and he said, Thanos is coming. Thanos is coming. And of course, they get the information from Banner saying he's after the time stone, which you have because he's all after all 6 Infinity Stones. There you go. There you go. They made Thor 2 because of the ether, and it turned out the ether was an Infinity Stone of reality. And Vision had the Stone of Power. Doctor Strange had the Time Stone. Yeah. And then space. Yeah, the Soul Stone was in where Red Skull was. And space, he took it from somewhere. There's 6. This always gives me freaking trouble. Mind! Vision had the Mind Stone, not the Power Stone. Mind, space, time, power, reality. Soul. There you go. I named all 6, you daggone. Yeah, I named all. Finally, it was bugging me all frickin' day. I knew there were 6, but I couldn't find out the frickin' Mind Stone. Yeah! Yeah, I'm worried about this film. I'm gonna see it with some friends, but still, I'm worried about this film. I'm deeply concerned. Very concerned.